Hello everybody, it's JD. I've been making videos for you. And I said get off your butt, start doing something about the problems that we're getting some pretty rotten selections for presidents from both political parties. Neither one of them seem to be able to find a decent candidate. Well, that's because they're dealing with politicians. But I got asked some interesting questions too, and that's what I want to address. I want to address two things: our economy and taxation. And they are so tied into each other. You've got to understand that above all else. Our taxation system and our economy is like this. We are so overburdened with our taxes, it is pulling down our economy. Congress don't care as long as they get their money. So I'm going to have to talk to you about both our economy and our taxes almost together. Now you might say, how do you understand the economy? Understand this about an economy. No economy will ever exist that does not create new wealth. You've got to create new wealth. What is creating new wealth? Well, that is taking something of a certain value and by some type of action make that item more valuable. Between that valuable to more valuable, that area is new wealth. Somebody takes clay, chops it up. Let's say it costs him $2 a ton. He makes kitty litter out of it. Now he can make, let's say, 300 bags out of a ton. And he charges $2. So he has just created from $2 to $600, $598 of new wealth. Then the next thing that has to happen is the distribution of the new wealth. When the items are sold and that profit is made, then it's got to be fairly distributed among the workers and the owners of the company. That fairly distribution is very, very important. Besides creating new wealth, this fairly distribution must happen. Because without those two items, the third step of a strong, vigorous economy will never happen. And that is consumption. Everybody buying up the products produced. By buying the products produced, the profit or the new wealth is returned to the company, and thus the distribution of the profit or new wealth to the employees and the owners fairly and justly creates a vigorous, growing economy. We have a problem in our country. Creating new wealth, when it is done, it is not fairly distributed. It is kept mostly at the top. So the consumption is limited within the nation. Well, if consumption is limited, the distribution is limited, we've come up with a surplus. Surplus means the product can no longer sell at a fair market price. It must be decreased. That decrease can go to a point where there is no profit whatsoever and not creating any new wealth. I quickly gave you a mini 101. Now there is another cog in the wheel. Our federal government. Our taxation system in the United States of America is based on two highly negative, let me repeat, two highly negative aspects of taxation. One, it has a high taxation rate on the creating of new wealth, thus reducing the profit of new wealth for fair distribution. Second, it taxes the ability of the people of this country to work, thus also reducing the fair distribution of the created new wealth. By reducing the fair distribution of creating new wealth, to offset it, now the product must sell at a higher price than valued. Sales will then decrease, and again, what do we have? An economic system in free fall. That's my Reader's Digest version. You want it in depth? I can write books about it if you want and give you examples. Now, what can we do? Now, I could give you a specific answer here or a specific answer there. But the truth is, it wouldn't be truthful, it wouldn't be honest. Just like today is May 4th, my birthday's June 4th. What will I have for dinner on my birthday? Can I tell you that now? Nope. I can tell you what I'd like to have. Because it's my birthday. Boy, I would like to have this. Honestly, I'd like to have eggplant parmesan if that was my birthday dinner. But not until June 5th can I tell you what I had for my birthday, for dinner. Same thing goes on actually what steps we're going to take to fix our economy and our taxation system. Remember, they're both so tied together that our, like I said, heavily overburdened taxation system is dragging down our economy. We have to look at how to turn that around. First, the taxation system has to be based on a system that will promote the economy of the United States. The type of economy we have, capitalism, quote unquote. We have to have a taxation system that allows freely developing of new wealth. Not something that, well, if I develop new wealth, it's going to cost me so much in taxes, I can't do it because I got to raise the price so high I can't even afford to pay the people. Oh, we lay off the people, we don't create the product, and what happened? Your economy drops. So we have to change our taxation system as far as the economy. It must be a taxation system that will promote the growth of companies, thus promoting the growth of new income or new wealth, thus promoting, with proper guidance, fair distribution. That's a big word, fair distribution. That means people like Warren Buffett, Trump, and etc. don't get all that money no more. And paying CEOs millions of dollars, especially on companies that are failing, where does the people get off with the idea? And of course, then, why does a company have to show a profit on the stock market? If people invest into a company, it should be fairly distributed, not them getting a lot of money because of the stock market. When a company becomes an institution on the stock market, it no longer becomes an economical growth machine. Its only item is to develop the creation of money. And money is not new wealth when it's left alone. Money is just paper. Because unless this new wealth is distributed and then consuming products, it's worthless because it's not any wealth. So we have to change our taxation system. Also, our personal taxes must be based on the ability of you, the citizens, to spend, not to work. You should take home your paycheck. Say less Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security. That's all the government gets out of your paycheck. Nothing more. All the rest should come from, for example, sales tax. Now you might say, how's that going to work? Well, simple. Everything, no loopholes, everything has a sales tax. Everybody, no loopholes, everybody pays it. Even the churches. Even the missionaries. Even the volunteers. Even you and I. And even the illegal aliens. And even the tourists. Everybody pays it. Tourists, when they're down here, they fill out a piece of paperwork saying when they're in the country from point A to point B. Send it to the government once every 4 months. So that's once a third. The federal government sends a refund check. Or once every 6 months, the federal government sends a refund check on items that should not be taxed. They do an average program, and that will give everybody in the family twice or three times a year, a little extra money for consumption of new goods, thus enhancing the creation of new wealth. But that ain't the good part. I said everybody's entitled to it, even the tourists, even the illegal aliens, because everybody pays the sales tax. So what happens? Illegal aliens will have to tell us where they are so we can give them their refund. We deliver it with personnel from Federal Enforcing Department, and they take them to the airport, cash their check, pay for their plane ticket, put them on their plane, let them go home. Or illegal aliens don't send us where they are, and they pay a little bit more in taxes than you and I. But everybody pays the taxes. Not just one group, not just somebody who's working hard and somebody under the table don't, not illegal aliens who don't, everybody. Thus, the taxes can be fairly distributed throughout the nation and the people. Now, the income tax amendment should be left, but added to it only in cases of national emergency, and it must be approved by all three branches of government. If any one said branch vetoes it, it is done. For that instant, it cannot be brought up again. We have way too much in taxes that is dragging down our economy. And that's one reason why the United States is going all around the world, starting wars, creating problems where we should not be. So people, you have to understand, JD is not some person that's just walking around the street saying, I want to be president. No, he's someone that fairly evaluated what's around and doesn't like what he sees any longer. And right now, there's not a candidate out there worth voting for, except for JD, of course. I will say that because it's me. But the truth is, how are we going to fix these programs? How we're going to do it? It's going to be our job, yours and mine. Together, we will cause Congress to start listening to the people, start hearing your voices. Hopefully, I get to raise the money to go around the country campaigning so you can tell me and put inside me what upsets you. And together, I will bring your voice. And believe me, Congress will start working for the people. Our Constitution will be, as written, the supreme law of the land. No ands, no ifs, no buts. Also, the political parties will not be able or permitted to lobby any longer within our Congress. They're not in the Constitution. They don't belong there. They are just as much lobbyists as any other group. The difference between the Republican Party, the Democrat Party, and the National Rifle Association is none. They all are lobbyists. It's just that the Republican Party and Democrat Party forces the representatives from each state, whether they're in the House or in the Senate, to abide by their rules instead of the needs of the states. That must be corrected. And I'm sorry, gentlemen, I'm not a follower. We're going to have leadership. But with leadership, you all, as well as I, are going to accept the responsibility of our government and our country. Because it's our responsibility to fix it, and it's our responsibility to do the job right. We will do our very best that we can. And then we pray and trust in God we have done the right thing. Yes, I said, and trust in God we have done the right thing. Those of you who don't believe in God, you are free to have that non-belief. Those of you who believe in God, you are free to have that belief. Me, I don't have either, because I know of God, I know of Jesus. I know them. They're not a belief. How? I will not tell you. But the truth is, to me, He's the creator. Not God, the creator of all. And Jesus, like us, is a son or daughter of God, the creator, but He is the chosen, and therefore had His job. Now together we must do ours. This nation must realize to fix our economy, we have to fix our government, we have to fix our taxation so that our economy can grow, so that our economy can create new wealth, thus this new wealth be fairly distributed among the people so that the consumption of the new products can happen. So, how are we going to do it? Well, June 5th, I'll tell you what I had for dinner on my birthday. When I get into the White House, we will start the job. When we're done, I will tell you how we did it. But no, we have to do it. We will do it. We must do it. And it can be done. All of us together. So, is it going to be easy? No. I know that for a fact, because if it was going to be easy, Congress would have already done it, because they always take the easy path. The simple path. This is going to be a tough job that we all have to do together, but we can do it. But don't ask me what I'm going to have for dinner on June 5th, 4th. Don't ask me what I have for dinner on June 4th, May 4th, because I cannot tell you. June 5th afterwards, I can. Same thing goes. Don't ask me exactly what we're going to do. I will tell you what the problems are and how I see them, but we together must fix the problems. An example, Obamacare has totally messed up our medical system and did a good job of screwing up a lot of our economy. Now, yes, people need medical insurance. But what kind of break can we give a company, whether it's young or old, that fully medically insures with a comprehensive program their employees? Think about that. What kind of incentive can we give a company to fully medically insure with a comprehensive? Comprehensive means medical and dental program for its employees. We must look at that. So that's the way to take care of the American people is to see what we can do and how we can do it. We have to look at that. I didn't say we're going to do anything. I said, what kind of program can we find that we can do to enable companies to fully insure its employees with a comprehensive medical program? What kind of incentive can the United States federal government give them? Think about that. And that's the way we have to work. We have to look at how can we enhance our economy to create new wealth, how to enhance our economy for the fair distribution of the new wealth, and how can we enhance our economy for the consumption of the new products. So thus increasing our sales tax, thus increasing the taxes available to the government. See how they're tied in together? But I can't tell you exactly what's going to be done at this moment, but I can tell you right now, there's people listening to this that are chewing at the bit, just wanting to get in there to help me with this problem. And we together, all of us, will fix it. But first, you gotta vote me in. And it looks like the way things are going, I'm going to be a write-in. So not only are we going to do the almost impossible, we're going to do the darn near completely impossible. And that's just the beginning of fixing our nation. Thank you. This is JD. You have a nice day.